Country peach.
Right.
Yeah, there's the lake we painted at. I did that last winter. The long, narrow one there.
But in the frame?
Yeah. Yeah, that was... You and I were standing when we painted right down here.
Uh-huh.
The guy that owned this property let me get on there. I just climbed his fence. I had a couple of funny experiences though with a bull and then a horse that took my hat right off my head.
Okay, so yeah, I can get my bearings now that you.
Yeah,
like
we were painting this view, looking across.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we were just standing right there, and then we just cut up the road a bit.
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out where to put things. Here's the self-portrait that was posted. Thanks for your comments, by the way. It's hard to see all that paint texture in the photograph, you know, and it was really hard to photograph that because of the texture and the glare you would get, you know. I just couldn't get away from that.
I know every time I get a little chunk of paint that's a little higher than everything else, one of the things I think of as I'm painting even is like, oh, that's going to be weird to photograph. It's just part of the process you kind of become aware of over the years.
Yeah.
That's what Photoshop's for, just to clean that stuff up.
Yeah, we got to get that. We don't have Photoshop. We've got...
It's so handy. I use it like every week. I'm using it.
Maybe I could sometime... We're going to buy... Now, would Photoshop, the less expensive one, Photoshop Elements, work for us?
To a certain extent, yeah.
Here, I can move this bit. Just watch this. Don't bump into the... Yeah. That's a little still life.
Okay, sorry.
I got to do a little more work to it today. All the blossoms will go.
Yeah, really, they're on their way up. So, what's going on over in this corner?
Oh, that started a couple years ago. And that's kind of what got me going on doing these other portraits and stuff of myself I've done. But I used to paint very abstractly years ago, usually with some kind of figurative element in it. And I had a whole bunch of these old canvases downstairs that I knew I wouldn't really paint anything. I was going to send them anywhere. And I brought them up and I started... I was spent a year preparing for this still life show, and so I was in the studio a lot, and I'd set these blank canvases and start putting palette scrapings on them, and then I'd just start to see images and start painting away, and it was a great diversion from the still life paintings I was doing.
Yeah.
And in the still lifes have a certain control to them, and these were more kind of abandonment, and I have to do that. I go, control drives me a little crazy.
I bet.
I mean, I like it, and it's an aesthetic that I work with, but this sort of started this process that's kind of pulling me away from that again a bit, and I'm really enjoying it. It's like that later self-portrait. I had an amazingly great time working on that. And this piece I got in progress with a bird, I had just gotten lost in it. And I like the idea of sort of pulling stuff out of my head, but also having visual things to look at. So
Yeah.
I don't want to abandon realism by any means, but I like trying to get I don't know, that energy into it, and that, you know, like this self-portrait, that came into that too. I started this by putting palette scrapings on the back. I had no idea what I was going to paint on there, and there I was with my shirt on.
Did you ever get that comment I put on about that one? I wasn't sure whether it got published.
I can't remember. There's some, I'll have to look again. There's comments.
There was, yeah, I put a comment on saying, yeah, keep it up. We're all looking forward to the 70-year-old shirtless hair self-portrait.
That's great. As well, back about that time period, I went down to a studio.
Uh-huh.
Well, there you are.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Reaching.
yeah,